change, and for those of you who have a dirty mind, you're not about what you're thinking, you're actually officially connecting the local wood industry supply chain, which is not nearly as sexy as maybe what you're thinking. What in a word is mulch? Hey, let's be real. Okay, Chicago. So in a word, problem status quo is mulch, and that is what is happening to, it's an inglorious end to the majority of the trees that are being harvested locally. And there are millions of trees that are being harvested locally. There are three main stakeholders in the Chicago wood supply chain. The first of which is the arborist. The arborist is the guy who cuts down your trees. He takes care of your trees. He's the one who, in the park districts, in our forest preserves, and also private companies, the urban arborists, they're the ones that are taking down all of our trees. And they have some pain points going on right now under the current status quo. Their pain points include wood is heavy. It's very difficult to transport without a lot of excessive cost, and mulch is heavy. And they have to, right now, take the mulch and move it somewhere else. They have to store the mulch. But right now, frankly, there's a lot of mulch that is rotting. Second pain point, and this is a big pain point in our land of Lincoln, is this little bug. It's called the emerald ash borer. The emerald ash borer. We have over 130 million ash trees in the state of Illinois. Unfortunately, that little guy is killing about 25 to 75 million annually. So that means what? In about 5 years, if my math is correct, and it might not be, we're going to be out of ash trees. This is a native plant that we're going to be decimated. And it also means there's going to be a lot more mulch, and this is a continuing problem. So that's one pain point. The next guys in our supply chain are the sawyers. This is old sawyers. These are more modern sawyers coming up. And this is actually an ash tree that they are sawyering. Sawyering basically means, as you can tell, taking the trees and making it into board feet, usable board feet. But they also have some pain points going on right now, because they don't know where the arborists are working. They don't know what their work orders are. They don't know what trees are coming down, what trees are down. They can't, and they are willing to take their local trucks and send them to the arborists and say, hey, we'll take your trees, and because it's raw material for them. But right now, because they don't have the access to it, they're going from Illinois and they're going down to Missouri. They're going down to Tennessee. They're going down to North Carolina, and they're getting their wood from them so that they can sawyer it and sell it as usable board feet. The third, and I feel most important, because that's my husband there with his custom guitars, these are the end users. And the end users are the people who are using wood, using local, onto these local wood, and they include furniture makers, cabinet makers, designers, interior designers, lead builders who, if they could use reclaimed and locally sourced wood, would have a much easier source. Artists like DeAustin who likes to use as a medium wood, and particularly local wood. And then my husband, who wanted to use also local wood for his guitars, and all these people have difficulty accessing the supply chain right now because it's completely centralized. So what's the solution? What does this app need to do? What do we need to do? Oh, sorry, the pain points first. So yeah, we talked a little bit. They don't know where the wood is. It's wasting time, and it's causing a lot of money trying to make phone calls that, to identify where wood is and that sort of thing. So what does the app need to do? It needs to facilitate amplified conversations from the arborist to the sawyer. The arborist saying, hey, I'm taking down 30 emerald ash borer infested trees from Humboldt Park on Thursday. They're about 30 feet tall, on average, 10 foot circumference. You want to come get them before I chip them up? And then the sawyer can say, yeah, get that. I'll be there Friday morning. Your folks cut them to roughly 8 foot long as much as possible. Right now, this is not a conversation that's happening unless you happen to know your one go-to sawyer or your one go-to arborist, and they happen to tell you, because it's not an easily facilitated conversation. The other conversation that this app addresses is the sawyer to the end user. The sawyer saying, DeAustin, I've got 104 feet of reclaimed emerald ash borer wood from Humboldt Park. It's grade 1 stuff. It's cut to 6 by 2 by 8. It's about $10 a board, which is actually quite cheap. Are you interested? And he's like, yeah, I'm interested. Here's my credit card number. Give me all you got, and you deliver it to my studio by Friday. And by the way, do you have any 6 by 3 by 8 rolled maple? Because I got this really cool piece in my head that I want to design, but I don't know where to source that wood. So these are the conversations that we're trying to amplify, so to speak. DeAustin actually started wireframing. What does this look like? How do we get to this next point? So I'll let him talk to that.
Hello, everyone. So this is the fun part. So we have the app right here, CWE. So you go here, if you need wood, I guess, you go here, you choose who you are, which is an audience. Then you proceed, checkpoint, go on to the next process. Then, as an arborist, select the type of tree, condition, approximate amount, the height, diameter, where, when, did you do the work at, where you get the tree at, time, and urgency. So how fast, 24 hours, tomorrow, next week, so on and so forth. And you have a locator map. If you don't know the exact location where you live, you can push it and it brings you here. So you can know where you're at. Here is the confirmation page from all the previous pages before this. So it lets you know what you chose as who you are, the type of tree, condition, approximate amount, height, diameter, where. Then again, you got another map, location, space. Don't know, don't remember. When, so month, day, year, time, urgency, contact information, and hit accept. Takes you on to the success page. Here you can follow Chicago Wood Exchange on Facebook, Twitter, or reach out or find out more information on Chicago Partnership or Museum Sanctions you are affiliated with. If not, you can check the checkpoint. It takes you back to the home.
So startup, how are we going to get this thing off the ground? Well, first of all, we're going to approach private organizations, philanthropies, companies that have a sustainability edict to try and make apps and raise awareness and do things that are going to actually help sustainability. The outcomes of these actually fit into Go to 2040, Chicago Climate Action Plan, Sustainable Chicago 2015. The outcomes of this supply chain is accessed and made to be a full cycle, complete whole cycle, then we will have no waste in this system as compared to right now where we're wasting over 5 million board feet just in Chicago alone of usable wood. But how's it going to keep going? So sustainability comes to coming up with an idea. How do we make it? So if our arborists, which are, like I said, the city of Chicago and the Cook County Forest Preserve and our private arborists, they can pay a subscription because this will save them millions of dollars. The subscription rate of whatever we put it at, 1,000, 500, whatever, for annual fee, that will be a huge cost savings for them. Secondly, the sawyers similarly will be saving lots of money because they're not going to have to be importing their wood from North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, all those places. So that's going to save them. So they'll also have a subscription. And then the end user, who's going to be able to identify where their wood is at and be able to go and get it and pay the prices that are actually going to be lower because it's going to be locally sourced and available and are going to pay. It'll be scraped off the top. It'll be a per capita exchange fee. So, this is the team. And Lynn had some follow-up. It's last inspiring words.
We had just some visions for the future. This ash borer problem is going to cause a huge influx of wasted wood that's going to be chipped, which could otherwise be used. When Jules mentioned 5 million board feet of wood, that's over, that could build about 300 homes. Okay. We figure if this problem exists here, it exists everywhere. It could be we could sell our app subscription all over the country. It could also be expanded for people who are taking buildings down or want to reuse doors, woodwork, just construction wood from homes that are being taken down or buildings. Another way to sort of just facilitate the communication between those groups. I guess the big problem is there's so much waste, and it's all because there's just a gap in the communication here. And technology can fill that gap.